Maybe.
Hello everyone, my name is Russell.
And I'm Richard.
And we are with the Lafayette Beer League.
And tonight we're going to be talking about 10-Man Brewing Company's Weld Cranberry Sour Ale. 10-Man Brewing Company was started in 2012 in Evansville, Indiana by Nick Davidson, but in 2017, Nice Ventures acquired them to kind of help Nick basically grow a little bit more so he can really take 10-Man Brewing Company to the next level.
Right. 10-Man Brewing Company is one of the state-of-the-art breweries of the Midwest. They strive to be eco-friendly brewery. They use a lot of innovative processes to achieve that. In 2016, they did produce 4,000 barrels of beer, but with their 15,000 square foot brewery, they can produce about 10,000 barrels of beer.
Damn, that's a lot of beer. All right, so they actually are super cool with the innovation because they use a system called HEBS, which is a high efficiency brewing system. Basically, it takes the traditional brewing standards of producing beer, but they use less energy and 40% less water, as well as 15 to 20% less malts and grains to produce the same amount of beer. So it's an extremely efficient system and usually only reserved for larger breweries, and they are actually the only brewery in America to do this. So that is a very cool
here in Indiana
tidbit information. So yeah.
Right. No. Oh wait. So one of the things about this beer is it is a seasonal beer from last winter, so it might be a little old, but nonetheless, beers that have been sitting on the shelf are so worth exploring because over time the sour effect will kind of
mellow out. Yeah, for sure. So the beers that we're trying tonight is Weld Cranberry. It comes in at about 5.2% ABV and at 12 IBUs, so it's not really going to be as bitter or anything like that, which is also kind of strange because most sour ales don't have any hops in them, but they do take use of the Hallertau hops, which is a strain from the Hallertauer hop, which is a noble German hop. So the only difference is that Hallertau is grown in America versus Hallertauer is a German noble hop.
Right, and Hallertauer hops are characteristically known for having their spicy or fruity components to them, which definitely gives the nose of this beer its in taste.
It's a little bit spicier, and I definitely kind of see that when I taste it.
Even on the aroma, you get there's a little spice there.
Yeah, and it's kind of one of those things that when you taste it, it's like, oh wow, that's got a little bit of tartness and spice and that face to it.
Okay. So just the appearance, this one is definitely not as hazy as you would expect from a Kettle Sour Ale. Not all Kettle Sour Ales are hazy, but it's something that it's right. Whatever it is.
It's allowed for the type and the style. It just depends on the style, but it's also going to be a little bit more of a roasted malt and chocolate aroma depending on the style. This is obviously not going to be that because of how it is mixed with cranberry, so it's going to have more of a fruity and like ester spice sour aroma versus the kind of roasted malt and caramel chocolate aromas of the darker versions of this style.
Yeah, and the taste on this is going to be intensely sour.
Intense.
It's fruity. If you like a warhead, this is your beer, right? This is the one you've been looking for.
All about it. Trust me. Go for it.
It's not going to have very much bitterness to it at all. Yes, there is that 12 IBUs, but it's pretty much covered up by the sourness of the yeast.
Right.
The hop aroma is, for somebody who's really into beer, you might notice it. But if you're not really into craft beer, you're not going to notice that it has any hops in it at all.
Right.
So whenever you say, I don't like hops, I don't like beer because it's bitter, well, this is a beer that is definitely not bitter.
Right. And the mouthfeel isn't going to have a whole lot of anything besides crisp and juicy and acidity. Like when you drink it, your mouth kind of waters, kind of like when you're eating sour granny apple, or particularly tart cranberries, or like anything that's gonna have that kind of fruity and tart sort of flavor to it that makes your mouth do that.
Oh, I can't handle it. It's gonna overall it's going to be a fruity beer with acidity that's going to create a tartness, and that's really what defines like a sour kettle ale versus a lot of different sour ales. Is it's just going to be really tart. So it's playing with that cranberry that are naturally tart, and then this style of beer that's naturally tart.
Right. They even say on the back of their can that through the kettle souring process, we have masterminded the union of characteristical seasonal fruits with a distinctive tart flavor. Colder temperate climates and probable precipitation necessitate a winter fruit with every batch of Weld Winter Sour Ale. Is wrapped up with a authentic cranberry juice, snowy seasonal appeal joined with a clean sour essence. Bundle up and become one of us. So they kind of make sure to highlight that it is going to have that sour, and it's also going to be tart with adding in that cranberry. So they prepare you pretty well with what this beer is going to taste like.
Yeah, it's an accurate description of the beer, which kind of brings us to our can art. One of the things that I really like that they've done with their can here is they've really incorporated their logo into the can art itself. So it doesn't stick out, it more flows and blends with the can. And that's what I really appreciate in design mostly. I like how they've done kind of the half silver, half white, gives it a real stark image. And then the pink cranberry color of the Weld.
Right.
Yeah.
I really appreciate the design, and like I noticed that on the top part of the can during the white spot, I took a craft course or like a shop class in high school, and part of that was welding, and a lot of these symbols on here are actually welding diagrams that they use to kind of distinguish where you put what kind of welds go on this place when they're looking at blueprints and stuff like that. So it's a very cool little small detail that they captured to kind of really bring in the name of the beer as well as linking it back to their brand itself, which is the Tin Man brand. So like I think that's a very cool small detail that they provided for sure.
There's a lot of cool information on there. It does talk about, it does give a reference to cansarebetter.com and kind of goes into the usage of cans and why we do them. This is made in Evansville, but they actually have a little tap room in Kokomo, Indiana. So if you're in the area and you want to go to their tap room and experience some of their beer, you can go to Kokomo.
Right, not too far away.
Not far away. That brings us to our ratings.
Absolutely. So, Rate Beer gives us a 2.97 out of 5 with 3 ratings. This is an extremely poor representation for this beer. I really don't approve of this rating, but again, Rate Beer only has 3 ratings, and it could have been all people that hate sours or whatever.
Right.
So I can't really discredit them for that, I guess. Beer Advocate is definitely closer to what I would go with, which is a 3.92 out of 5 with 10 ratings, and then Untappd is a 3.94 out of 5 with 1,662 ratings, so they're getting up there to where I would be. I personally am giving this a straight up 4. I love this beer, I love this style, I love cranberry juice, it has the cranberry tartness, it has the juiciness, the acidity, everything that I would be looking for in a kettle sour. It is literally my favorite beer that I think we've done so far on the show. I'm making that claim. I'm staking it right there. I think it's my favorite.
Tin Man does produce some pretty good beer.
Right.
I do not like sour ales, as you can tell from my facial expressions. They don't sit well with me. So that's going to lose some points right there off the bat. But I agree that this is a well-marketed. You get what they said you're going to get. I think that it's a great representation of sour ales. If you're into sour ales, you're going to like this. If you're not into beer in general, you're probably going to like this. So I highly recommend it, but I'm still only going to give it a 3.7.
Right, and that brings our entire average LBL score to a 3.71.
Boom, called it.
Is slightly lower than Untappd. Actually, that's significantly lower than Untappd, more than we usually are.
Yeah, generally we're only a couple
points
tenths off, or hundredths.
But either way, it's still a very good beer. That's a very good score, and I think that this is an excellent beer. Even though it is out of season, it is actually
next season when it's fresh.
Check it out for sure.
Check it out. By the way, make sure that you go to Beers Across the Wabash. It is happening tomorrow, Saturday, August 25th. I hope to see everyone there.
Yep.
We're going to have a booth set up.
We'll be there handing out stickers, flyers, and socializing with all of you. We probably have a few different little things there that we can give you guys too.
Pretzel necklaces if you subscribe to our channel. Anyways, thank you everyone for watching. Please like and subscribe and do all the things to show your love and support for the LBL.
Absolutely. And like always, for any more information about the links, sources, information, brewery, type of beer, anything else that we said in the video, we provide links in the description below. So check those out. And remember, keep exploring beer.
Yeah, cheers.
Cheers.
Have a wonderful day.